I was not speaking. Good morning. So I have some great news, really. I found why a few of our trades did not work out the last um, few days. And it seems that I adjusted something unknowingly to my own strategy. So, because I was making the PDF for all of you, how to add structure and how to do the pre-London orb, I found uh, a thing that I adjusted, and I have no idea why I did it yet, but I'm glad that I found out that I did. So I'm going back to the old way that I used to trade this model, and this is how I became also profitable on this model. So I rewatched every trade that I took in the last 7 days now, and I found where um, where we should have taken profit and how we should have taken profit. That it's perfectly fine. We should at least made 4 or more in the last trades that we had if I just stick to my original plan. So I will be adding to my contracts, but a little bit different than the last few days. You will see it the same on the screen. There will be all. I will be using my FIP tool again because this is how I became, first of all, profitable on this strategy. And the second thing I will also do is get out of the trade a lot sooner. So I'm not gonna aim for pre-London session anymore for like a 4 to 5 hour. We're gonna make sure that we take the profits that we get and get directly to our targets. So the main thing we're doing this is to make money. And if something is not 100% working anymore like it should work, we can adjust, of course. Who took the NY orb yesterday? That was one huge trade. I did not take the gold orb on the stream. I did take this one upwards. I closed mine around here somewhere. On second, third, no, on this candle here. I closed mine. It's a very profitable trade, by the way. Now, when I came in the session and I looked at the charts, it still looks bullish to me. The only thing that I do see is that we have like huge double stacked fair value gaps below, so we can trade up either way. I will take, like I said, a bit sooner profits so that we make sure that we have anything that we made, that we can keep it, of course. I will explain the adjustment in a second and why, or after the trades, and why I'm doing this. Also, normally by the end of tomorrow, you will be able to get my full PDF that I made of this strategy and how to add and where to add. Because I went to my complete journal and I seen that I adjusted as something. I don't know why I adjusted it, but I'm glad I found out. I hope the weather is all great for you guys too, because here in Belgium it's nice and sunny already again. So we got another 7 minutes until the range of the orb does it. So I'm gonna go over my previous strategy that we had. So what did I changed in the last few days is that I did not take my profits where I should have taken them. So this was my first analyst that I was making. So pre-London session starts at 7 a.m. at the London time zone. So orb range 15 minutes, stop at the 50%, or if there's an FVG of a fair value gap inside, you put it at the candle just above. We need to have a 5-minute close outside the orb range before we can take the trade. And this is something I did not do anymore. So we should have taken profit at least at 1.5 R every time 80% of the contract's out. So I did not do this anymore. So I don't know why, but this is something we need to start doing again, because I've seen if we did this on 4 trades out of the 7 that did not go right, we would have been profitable. So let's go back to the drawing board, I said, and I took all the trades again, back tested it, and we should have made at least 4 or more. So let's start doing this again. We will leave 20% for a runner, so that we have, if we do have a huge drop today, back to those 2 stacked 4 hour for value caps just below, that we can join them and take the rest out of it. But at least we would have 1 hour to 1 hour.2 profits already in the pocket. That's more than enough to start with the morning session. Another 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So I'll share my documents in here if somebody did not receive this one yet. Do we have any news today? I believe so. Tomorrow we have big red folders again at 2 o'clock. Anybody knows if Nick does his clock, the news candle again? I was not here yesterday. Congrats to everybody that joined Nick's trading stream. I've seen a lot of you guys passed an evil account for that. I know somebody asked us yesterday about crypto. This one has not changed yet, Ivo. The other one is a bit more with candle forms, so you can really see how to take it. So I just put it a few trades inside. It's not completely finished, so I want to wait until it's finished. Normally everybody should be profitable this week from the trades just on the streams. Had delivered more than the London streams, of course, but yesterday the orb that I took to the upside, I was not able to send any pictures on in the where I added because I was in the car trading. Luckily, I had my PC with me. So this is our range. Does not look like we have any fair value gaps inside, so that's good. So stop can be at the 50% range. So same for yesterday's trade. I rewatched where we should have exited if we just took a normal trade. We should at least had a 1.5 to 1.7 R. So that would have been still a great trade. Instead, I think I was maybe a bit too greedy, wanting to give you more gains than really was supposed to be giving. So that's why I'm going back to the old strategy, how I used to trade this. I'm not in a trade yet. It's not on the screen, but just measuring out if we move down where we should go. It's 1.5. Yeah, I do copy trade on multiple accounts. Aiden. You trade orb 1 hour before opening. Yes, I trade orb 1 hour before openings or. There is a 5 minute FEG under the orb. Yeah, there's a 15 minute also. So a 15 goes above a 5 minute. So if we take this 5 minute, we will definitely go to this 15. So this is where I should take a look. If we do drop lower, that we will take profit. So we have another 3 minutes before we have a close. We do have no, we don't. We close. So this is about 10 points. So 10 points should be 20, 21 and a half dollars per contract. So that would be about 5 contracts. 25. 8. Now let's all be patient and see what brings us. If we range another half an hour or so before 9 o'clock, I do not believe we will have an expansion move in this session. Hmm. Yesterday we did have a very huge expansion move. The only thing was we were not on the right side of the trade. But the ORB itself did not play out great. Same for London session. Can you not? Oh yeah, I was not speaking. That's what nobody could hear me. I'm not that big of a talker. Who in here is also doing next his bootcamp or his trading sessions? Love to hear from the people that are in there also how it is going. You enjoying it, Ivo? Nice. No, Vakaol. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it correctly. Doesn't make any difference if they're small or big in orb ranges. They do need to move one direction. That is important, anyways. But small or big ranges doesn't really matter. What I do not really like is that we have like now a 6 candle bar and a sideways movement. So this is something I don't like to see. I prefer when we start that we have a candle directly almost out and then a continuation. The main thing, because we have smaller ranges, is because the candles do not move as big as in New York session, and the profits are the same. So this is a 1.5 R trade if you can take it directly to here. So that is almost the same that people took yesterday, just by New York's ORB, and that was a very big range that we took yesterday. We still have 2 minutes, anyways. So this was the range. If you did not add anything to the trade, this was the ORB. So we closed above it in this candle. So if you took in this just in a long, you took it up to here. So this is only 1.6. I made three or 4 R and this one. So this is a huge range for just if you shorted your stop loss, would have been bigger, of course. But if you took in the complete ORB because of the fair value gap inside, this was only a 1.6. So we just tapped outside. This is the only thing that makes me a little bit concerned, is because we are doing again the same thing. We're just inside this box ranging. Yeah, because we add to the position, you can easier get an extra so if you make 1.5 R here on this small trade, and you can add inside this range 2 times, you can at least get a 3.5 R out of the same small range. The same for the other one from yesterday, the big range that we had. If you can add along your position, I know it feels in the beginning very uncomfortable, but instead of taking profit, you can also add along the way. And if you do, you make a lot more profits by the end of your own trade. And if it is a good trade, why not add to your position? Because if you can feel that there is a clear draw of liquidity in one direction, and it is really pointing you that it's going that way, so that is why we add to a good trade, because it shows you I want a clear direction. So if we go up here, we should have a clear direction that we are drawing to one of these two highs here, that we are definitely then wanting to or reverse a little bit downwards or continue moving further upwards. But if you have a clear direction that it's drawing to this liquidity any time inside the range, you can add to your position, and you will see by the end that you will have at least 2 R extra to your trade. Or at least 1.5 to 2 Rs extra per trade. But that means if you only give back like 1 R and you can add an extra R1/2 to your trade. Where you make normally 1.5, you make 3. That means that you can have 2 trades against you and still be in profit. It's not my own strategy. I found this from the book Best Loser Wins. What was the question? What do you do if you add to your position and it goes against you? I take the contracts back off. What I add, I am willing to take it back off too. But if I don't have a clear direction in the next 5 minutes, I probably will not take this trade today. So because also we have inside the ORB range, we have a 5-minute fair value gap. Our stop should be here on the upside. It's always under the fair value gap that has been created. We take the wick of the candle beside it, not the candle itself. Instead of this candle would be lower than the previous one, then we take this one. Oh, you can't hear anything, B, because I ain't speaking. Actually, on the mechanical way, when I tested it, I took them every time it broke. So I did not really Look when market opens at London, yes or no? And I did not take a look either if there was news, yes or no, because in backtesting, I did not take the time to go over every news article that went in and out at that point. I just wanted to see how profitable this strategy would be if we took it mechanically, constantly, without too much thinking. But the only thing I don't like is this. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles of sideways movement. So I want us to see break a clear direction now before doing anything. Because I don't want to be this liquidity. And I don't want any of you either to be it. So I want to make sure that we have profits today. And if I feel this is keep hanging around here, it could be that we're just hanging around here until, first of all, London opens, or second of all, what the news brings in this afternoon for most of you, or evening, because at 1 and 2 o'clock we have some news. We also have the Fed speaking at 3 o'clock, so at open we have also one. Oil won't do that much on Nasdaq, and in the evening we also have the Feds speaking again. So, at my time, anyways. So if I don't see a clear direction in the next 15 minutes, I believe I will not take it because of just the sideways movement. That's the only reason. Because if we wanted to go up and we came above once, we took now twice liquidity from the upper side, we should have moved. So we did not. So this makes me think that we're just gonna do a little bit of. I really don't like the word chop, but yeah, this is like, and a lot of people get not happy when we try to trade this. And I've tried this many times before, and I will never do it again. So we did close the fair value gap that was inside. That's great. So about a half hour now about a half hour now in the session, and we did not close outside yet. Yeah, so when price is ranging, don't trade. You can take one trade, and if you see it goes the other direction again, and it does not continue moving that way, stop trading until you see a breach. So I'll give you an example. I got 4 minutes anyway, so. So yesterday's morning was also the same. So this was completely chop moving. So what do I do then if trying to find a range that we are trading in, making a box out of it to the highs and the lows, and if nothing of the candles stays outside the range, I want us to see a clear breach above liquidity, high liquidity, and then I will wait until I see a small retracement in for value gaps to here before continuation this trend. So I would wait until this candle here, and then I want to see a close above again, and then I would join the trade, put my stop just below this last liquidity, and then join the continuation moving upwards. What would my target be? Of course, higher time frame targets would be this one. So that would be my target, and anything inside this range, you can ask. You can try to take a small portion of your capital to trade, but don't take a full R directly if you're seeing that we are ranging for quite a while. So this is the same again here. So this is why patience is very, very important in trading. It's not like a normal job. So when I used to do mechanics and the machine stopped working, we really had to rush and do something about it. And afterwards, we had some time for ourselves again. But when the machine was not working, we really need to rush and make sure it worked again. And trading is just the opposite. We always need to be patient and wait until the market shows its hand, and you can always jump in a trade. Even when we have a continuation, you can always jump in a trade. So the part what I just showed you a second ago, this is also the parts where I add to my trades. So if you just add to your trade there, or you just enter a trade, it's just the same. It doesn't really matter that much. It's just a different way or entering a trade. That's all. So once we have a continuation moving upwards, you can enter. When we have a value gap, move further up. I would put stops here, or you can wait until you have broken the last high, put stops under the last liquidity grab, and then move further up. It's a choice how you enter. So you could do two things here. You could just enter. When we hit the fair value gap, you can enter. Put the stops at this low. So that would have been a 4R. I probably would have targeted this high. But the same if you do it when you break the high. So this was the high that was broken, and you put your stop there under the last grab. Same target. It's a bit less, but it's still a 1R trade. This is the after you have seen it go your way. It's the more secure one. This is the more profitable one, the first one, but it's a bit less secure that we are moving or continuing the same direction. Okay, so it's now 9 before 9. If we don't have a breach in the next 2 minutes, or better said 3.5, I will leave for today. It's always fun to be here with all of you. I'll be back. I need to go to the bathroom for a second. That was a bridge. It's not my favorite looking trade, but it is what it is. Hope we have no more for value gaps inside. So this was the last one. So stop should be under here. Okay, so that was TP. Was not even able to add. So that was it. Going back, like I said, want to go back to the drawing board. And here we have the highs that we took out now. It was a very small trade, guys, I know, but profit is profit for the day. So I wanted to make sure that we all had some profits at least if you joined. Because here we could have a reaction. So that's why I did not want to take it all the way up to the highs. And I wanted to add another extra half here, but because of this one candle and like a minute candle jumped up, I was unable to add anything. Can you advise why you took another high, not the orb one? Why I took another high? Can you explain, smart boy? Did the orb not break when I take high? Did I do something incorrect in my drawings? I believe. I believe I was correct. So this was the orb range, the 7 o'clock. So this was my range that I had. And this was the breach now that we made. So when we have a 5-minute close. So this was the orb range here from this high to that. Wait, so this was the low at 7 and this was 7:15. So this was the high. So and here we had a close of 5 minutes. So this was my entry. And I put it on 1.5 R normally this one, but I was not able to enter a full R, so this was a little bit less than an R. So because I did not enter a complete R, it's not possible to gain at least 1.5 R. Did I do something wrong? I believe I took it right. Yeah, 100% correctly. Oh my god, that was even luckier for me. I wasn't on the right time, so yeah. Excuse me, you're right, smart boy. Now that was a lucky one then. Correct. I should have been here. Okay, you were 100% correct, smart boy. So now then that meant that it was meant to be to trade like this today. But normally you're exactly correct. So we did not breach. I was not on the right time zone. I was still on my time zone. Excuse me, guys. But at least we made profit. So anybody that was able to join, no, correctly, smart boy. So normally it should be an hour later. So that's my mistake. Yeah. Uh, Maybe I could check out if this works better, but then I should have about 3 to 4 days back testing again to make sure that it worked. Okay, so this will be it for this stream. I'll not take another trade until NY session. So I wish you all a great. If you have a profit, or even if it is a small one, keep it. If we do have a nice retracement of London, we should see an ILM maybe moving downwards, but the market is very bullish, so be careful if you are shorting today. Make sure that you are waiting for a retracement maybe, and then take a long upwards. I believe that is the more way to go at this point. So wish you all a very great day for the rest of the day, and see you all in New York session. I try to post my trade that I do from the ORB in NY if it shows itself. So we made a small profit today. Wish you all a very great trading day again, and I'll see you all tomorrow in the streaming. Have a great day. See you all in the next one.